Hi there. First of all, thank you very much for allowing me this second round and where I have a chance to explain myself and answer all your very interesting questions. So let's start from the first one. That the three things which defined me is basically that as a product manager, I build things and I think ahead, and I lead the people I lead the people in mind. So it means that actually a problem solver, and I love to work with the people and the team of the people and to build something very great. So this is what define my as a product manager. The second question is about my last experience and what I have done there, and my sole role, how I was impactful in that particular role. So my last project was is I've been there for like 3 years, and it was a product, and its product basically is around call center solutions, customer experience solutions. So we call it OmniGauge, and I have started my over there as a senior product manager, and then I moved up to the head of product development because I have built the team, and I basically own the roadmap and the P&L and everything. So over there, I basically manage like 60 people, including the tech, dev department, QA department, and DevOps department. So it's my one key role is basically I build teams. I can hire people for the right job on the right time. So that is my one of the greatest skill. That's I think that to make a great product, you need to hire great people on a very proper time. So this is what I have done over there. And above on that, regarding to the product development, I basically I manage the you can say the during the backlog grooming, sprint planning and delivery processes. I have developed many processes over there, right from the perceiving the ideas to wireframings, went into the dev, then QA, then DevOps, and then roll out the product and taking the feedbacks from the support departments. So that's very important. So it's a whole cycle, 0 to 1, you can say. We have proper sales team. I interact with the sales team as well to see what they have in minds and what are the upcoming challenges for them. So it's in my last 3 years basically is a wholesome company, and I have been involved in any process of the product development. We had the last client is basically because it's a B2B and SaaS based product. So the last customer we had is basically like it has a 20,000 agents, and that's gave us a lot of challenges in our product. We scaled our product according to them, and then we basically I indulged myself into reading the architecture decisions for an AWS based microservices platforms like Lambda, S3, AppSync, and DynamoDB, because we need to compensate 20,000 people. We need to make check about API calls and everything. So so my success is basically a reduced time to delivery for by giving the optimization process optimization, and with that we have a strong delivery culture. I improvise the strong delivery culture to bring different departments together, from sales, support, and product and dev. So this is what I have done as a head of product over there. And regarding question number 3 was the key metrics, the KPIs, what KPIs I have used and why I have used. So with this, I basically the first KPI basically the way we are using we are promoting our product, we are checking our product is basically feature adoption and usage. So we basically roll out our product to the number of the customers, and they gave us the feedback on that, and we track that. We track those feedbacks percentage, how many % users are using that, and what are our what are the daily active users, how many are the weekly active users, many monthly active users. We track like this. Also, as it is a call center solution, so basically we try to track the session time and engagement per module kind of a thing as well. And for operational matrices, of course, number one is a SaaS-based model, so we have to make sure the platform uptime is 99.9.5% and above, and this basically helped us along again because we had a big customer, VMO2. It's UK based, so we basically faced a lot of challenges, and we solved a lot of challenges regarding microservices architecture, especially for this one. And in this regard, API response time, we scale, we keep check on that one. We created dashboards from the DevOps side to monitor all the services and everything. So that's very, very important. So you basically keep track of your databases or API calls and everything, that everything is going smooth. And of course, keeping in mind that the cost is, you are maintaining that microservices architecture cloud cost as well. You have to keep an eye on that as well. And of course, as a product manager, you need to see the pricing model as well before you go into the solution. So this is very, very important. Business matrices, basically, of course, NPS score, because again, this is a call center solution, so we keep track on that. If there are any churn rates versus expansion revenue, and of course the pre-sale, the rate, the way they are winning more customers. So we are about to go into the US market as well, because we are based, mostly we are focusing in the UK based marketing. So again, we are coming, US clients are coming in as well. So we are expanding in there. Why these matrices? Basically, first of all, the users tell me that if we are building the right things, and if a feature launches and 10% of the users try it, and but retention is low, something is off, and it needs some kind of a rethinking. Operational data ensures we are delivering reliability. And in B2B SaaS environment, uptime and ticket volume directly impact customer trust. So that is very important as well. Business matrices, of course, now because this is the main thing where all the revenue is coming in and the money is coming in, and you have to run the show with the business. So if the churn drops after launching a dashboard, clients ask for, I can calculated say product drove retention. So business matrices is basically also is very, very important, because you need to see what is the product outcome, whether we have really solved that problem which is actually clients are facing. So this is the question. I have answered the third question. Let's go for the fourth question. And the fourth question is basically one of the main thing and very interesting one: conflicting priorities. And it's been like now 20 years I have been in this IT project management, product management, and you can say that 15 years I have spent in products as well, because I work mostly with the startups and they have a lot of challenges. So this is one of the main thing. The conflicting priorities are the normal part of the product leadership, and I have faced them often, and especially in the environments where sales always wants speed, and engineering wants stability, and the customer wants everything, not now but yesterday. So this is kind of environment where you have to really keep yourself, keep you on toe, and you have to make sure that you are resolving these priorities very quickly and with a very, with the help of some as data as well. So you have asked me an example for this one, because always you cannot explain such thing without an example. So my previous product, not in OmniGauge, I remember that in checkin.pk, it's one of my product which I've launched in Pakistan, and this is basically checkin.pk is a flight booking system and hotel booking system, and this product basically I have started from 0 to 1, so I have wireframe date and everything. So in that particular situation where our sales team is pushing hard for some feature customizations, and they were trying to close some enterprise clients, and as engineering always do, because it's an agile and scrum, and very you are developing features in very speed and 2 weeks time. So they always have a technical debt, and they always ask about that. Look, this is the time to basically we should refactor this code, because it's going to be if you're going to scale it, then it will definitely give some problem. So this is always the challenge you will have in product development especially. And as we had a B2C users, they are asking for faster mobile booking experience. So because we have developed this particular application in a single code of line, and we are using it in as a responsive in the mobile and as well as on the desktop. But in our mobile application as a responsive, it's been used in all Pakistan and abroad as well. So what I have done, so basically for this thing, I basically brought, because we were based in Pakistan, so every team was available in Pakistan. So we basically got all the stakeholders in one room, and I have given them the prioritization workshop, kind of run a prioritization workshop, and we basically put a feature set in front of them, and then we used a kind of a RISE framework, and where we see that, okay, what is the reach and impact, what is the level of the confidence, and what effort are required for everyone's what they are asking for. So with this, we basically made some trade-offs, and this is how basically I have done. So we have discussed this every feature set, and we see the impact, we see the effort, then we bring all the people on the same decision, and they understand it with this framework. So that's how I run the workshop, and the result was that everyone at the end basically agreed that, okay, we should go with this one. So this is one, and the result was basically we closed the key enterprise deal with the scope time box feature, and improved booking speed as well for the B2C customers, because that was very important. And then we reduced engineering burnout by focusing the core team. So we have divided the team into two. So one is basically I have asked them to, okay, you go for other basic features which are according to the roadmap and should not be blocked. And I placed a core team for basically they gradually started to scale the code and try to refactor the code as well where it is required, to keep in the mind on the roadmap and the requirements of the future. So this is what is the outcome of this one. Question number 5, which is regarding a very critical one, data-driven decisions. So your decisions by the help of the data you basically get from your product. So again, with an example, that's one of the example. Let me remember me. It was back in again in the check-in.pk. It's a booking app, and we were seeing solid growth in bookings. But conversion rate on the mobile site were flat. So the bounce rates were there, and we have because I put Google Analytics and funnels in the flow from getting all the information for the customers and getting the PNR number. PNR number means the booking number. We get it, and then from PNR it will take you to the payment method. So just keep in mind that this product is for the Pakistan market especially. So Pakistani people, especially the developing countries, basically at that time, it was back in 2016 and 18, and you should keep in mind that Pakistani people and developing countries people, they have a mindset that they don't rely on credit cards or plastic money. In 2016-18, still now it's been quite changed in the market. But as it was previous experience, so I just want you to keep in mind that situation. So what I have observed that in our the most, by the way, I have built a brand over there in a check-in.pk as well, where I call it Fair Cheetah. So Fair Cheetah is something which hunts a good price flight seat. So it was a very interesting one, and I promoted that brand Cheetah in LinkedIn and everywhere. So again, that page basically where we have all the information, the comparison between the every flights and the price and everything, it was used by a massive amount of the customers. So we have a lot of traffic over there. Now the problem was basically when they go and fill in all their data and they book their PNR From there, they don't go to the payment page. So they basically try to try to pay in cash, or maybe try to go towards the agent and everything. So this was because we are asking for the credit card. So what I have done over there, basically I realized that if we just integrate banks on their gateways and connect customers accounts, not credit cards and cards, but accounts, so they can basically use their applications, and from their bank account they basically transfer the money to the check-in.pk. So that was at that time basically what people were mostly doing. Instead of using credit cards, and because debit cards are very few, so credit cards, so they feel very confident in this. And I basically then, of course, yes, for the data from this particular funnel, I have used all the data, analyze it, and put it in front of the stakeholders, and told them that we need to do this, because I have interviewed many customers and I have asked them why you are not paying amount like most of the tickets, because from the US tickets are basically in in 100,000 of rupees, so they don't feel confident like 100,000 rupees, because most of the credit cards don't have that limit as well. So the banking account system was a solution to that. So I have interviewed few people, and I collect all data through the Google Analytics and through interviews and everything, and presented to the our stakeholders and the C-suite executives. So they agreed on it. Okay, said, well, let's go for it. Then we talked few banks, and we some payment gateways. We added more for payment gateways, and our basically sales then increased due to that payment integration of gateway as well. So this is basically what a data-driven decision at that time for check-in.pk. There are many more examples as well, but right now, because we have time constraints, so let's move on to the question number 6. And question number 6 is basically if you got more features and than the dev capacity and stuff like this. So it oftenly happens, which is always when the dev capacity, as always, it is always tight, and we have a lot of pressure from the executives and the sales and everything, because there's a lot of competition going on and a lot of features are building up, and with the help of the AI these days, it's become very the market has become very competitive, depending on which product you are right now is working. So when the dev capacity is tight, which is always, so I focus on first of all, number one, value, then comes the effort, and then the risk. So these are the three things, and I prioritize these three things based on what is the impact on business goals. So first of all, business goals, what is the impact on it? So this is very important, because this is the main thing where you are getting all the money and all the funds. And the second one is the user pain and or opportunity size. So what the real problem we are going to solve it? What is the level of intensity of it? And of course, you will get it by do some experiments. You do some as a product manager, you do some your study, your R&D as well. And thanks to the AI and everything that I will come to the last question as well. But I used AI for this as well. So go to the to see what's going on around it. Then third one is the effort level and the risk. And of course, what kind of effort is required to solve this basic problem. And then again, with this, basically I have used the RICE model, and kind of a modified RICE model. And again, example is for OmniGauge, and we have like 12 plus features I was working on at that time. They're from different stakeholders, and like for example, sales wanted a new analytics view to close a deal. So again, let me remind you that this is a call center solution based on Amazon Connect. So just keep in that mind. So sales wanted an analytic dash view. They think that this is very important, and customers were asking for the customer mean that the supervisors, because it's a B2B, so the companies, the call center companies, the supervisors basically are looking for real-time agent alerts, and that came basically due to our the last customer who has 20,000 agents. So their supervisor are really pushing it hard that we need some kind of analytics to see our agents' statuses, what they are doing. And engineering flag is again the critical refactor to reduce tech debt. And of course, it was like 2 years, and we are trying to, it's been scaling. And again, you have to make sure that you're not patching the code, but actually you are building a whole, you are at the back end, you are basically building a stable base. So it's a challenge. And the customer services are basically, they wanted a feedback loop for dropped calls. So these are the like 4 features I remembered right now. I have to prioritize these one. And but we had it, but at that time we only had the room of like 3 features we can ship in that particular sprint. So what I did is basically map features against business goals, and brought data into the conversation. In the conversation, and again, after this conversation, all this rise and everything, mapping and effort and stuff like this, we have I set the stakeholders' expectations transparently. And with this I shared why real-time alerts would help many customers, not just one, and logged the analytics view as the fast lane, and if deal got signed, so if the deal signed, so we can go into the fast lane as well. So I have to find a fast lane and the a slow lane, so I can basically define, okay fine, but if something should be put in the fast lane, then we started that. So these are the things I have done for this one. And the final prioritization is we have the 3 features we have finalized. That one is real-time agent alerts. That is very important for the supervisor, and partial backend refactoring plus some monitoring with them. And there is a small UX fix, requested by the CS. So it's a quick win. So we have added these one, and we improved customer satisfaction, unblocked the next quarter's roadmap, and still gave sales a path to close, their deal. So this is what I have done for this one. Okay, now the question number 7, you have asked for an example from my previous experience where I have to influence my team members on the stakeholders, even executive, and you are kind of a public servant, a servant leader we call it. As I have played the role of Scrum Master as well, but product manager you have the authority, but you have to you cannot use that authority in a dictator way. So you have asked that what was the strategy and the approach where I have to influence them for certain features or anything. So let me get back again, OmniGauge, and we were building an agent performance dashboard. Again, it's a call center solution, so agent performance is very critical one for our customers. So I strongly believe that we needed to invest in a real-time agent alerting system, because I was advocating this feature for a long time in OmniGauge, well before when we are trying to get more and more agents, and it was really giving us a pain because when we try to load the real analytics for the agents, the dashboard become very slow. So we have tweaked and tuned our backend architecture by implementing some good databases and cache level and some queue servers. So we improvised that one. So, but again, the feature of the real-time agent alerting system was very, very important, and I have to convince my executives, not the tech team, they are okay with it, but the executive as well. So leadership thought it was it's a nice to have one, and we wanted to focus on visual reporting kind of a thing, because at that time we haven't engaged VMO2, the biggest client. So but I have in mind that okay, giving a very beautiful visual reporting kind of a thing is very appealing for the customer, but again, time comes when the pain points will be different. And one of the main pain points was that they will ask you that we are interested in real time agent report, real time agent analytics. So this is the main critical one for their product. And again, sales basically they haven't seen it in RFP, so they are not basically promoting it in a way, because they're working a different mindset. So then my strategy was basically I pulled up some anonymized support logs and survey data showing that, and 40% of the account churns had flagged lack of proactive monitoring, and as a pain point for them. And then CS team were manually checking dashboards every hour. They have to refresh it again and again to see what is the real situation is. I have got that some feedback from the CS as well, because I went into calls with some customers, and this is very important for the product manager, because sometimes the customers are saying some pain points which you can resolve it some other way around, instead of going to make it more complicated for them, for the dev and the QA as well. So I also keep in mind that keep the things simple, user centric and everything. So it's very important for the product managers to go with the customers directly, and the support team as well, and the support tickets as well. It gives you a lot of feature set and help you very well. So I always believe in that. So this was the problem, and I took all the data, and then I translated that problem into a business impact. And you see, if we reduce account churn by just 10% through alerting, it will save like that amount of data as well across the accounts. So they basically realized that, okay, fine, that's great, because we have some tickets coming up, and if we scale, we get more tickets against this. So we should address this problem right away. So then most critically, when you present this data, but only data doesn't work sometimes, because you need to understand it, because you are putting some black and white on the board, and discussing with your customer. They will you go like, okay, some of them will not understand. So the thing that prototyping is the key. So if you present them as a graphically, and there are some room for the graphics as well, so that is the main impact, that you convey your point very, very clearly. So I always go for in most of my previous experiences, I have solved many critical problems, and even executives are saying that, okay, let's close this company, we are not able to understand what we are going to do. So I use this technique to wireframing, and put some something graphical on the board, and then they realize, okay, this is the way we are doing it. So maybe some another call, if I qualify this call, then in another call I will explain some of very interesting my life experiences in product. So where I basically take along the product when they were about to shutting down the product. So prototyping the vision again with this, and I have used some with the UX UX designer, we have and then created some prototyping for them, so they understand it as well. And the result, engineering committed one, they have made the commitment for this one, and sales started pitching it as well, and as a premium capability, because they realized it, okay, fine, this is one thing, yes, we should do. And the leadership team saw the retention potential as well. So retention potential, they backed the roadmap change. So this is very positive one. So we shipped in 2 phases within 60 days, and feature usage like that hit the 65% of the active accounts, and ticket volume or idle time complaints dropped by 40%, because at that time they are facing very, very big problems because they are not seeing any data of the agents. And it's became the core part of the enterprise offering as well, because we are as we're targeting with the bigger clients, so they basically backed it up. So this is one I think the example I have given you. So this is, I think, the question number 7. So let's move on to the other question, and the one is basically the vague requirements, and it is also one of the main challenges as a product managers, as a project managers, as a head of dev team, whatever you are role playing as an as a lead for the dev side and as a product lead side as well. So every customer wanted, or any business people, so they are very reluctant to give you the detailed requirements. So they wanted just you can read our mind, like hypnotize us and something like this, go into our mind and take all the data. And sometimes it's obvious that it's art to basically give information what you have in your mind, to give that information to the other one. And the bigger art is basically that you try to get into their minds and take the information as exactly as they're looking for. Sometimes they explain something different, but they are looking at something different, they want something different. So one of my basically example is the classic wake feature request problem. So at one time that sales were asking for some kind of a flexibility in reporting engine, and customer says they were looking for to make it more user friendly. So none of them is that tells you that what to build. So these are the things. So how can I handle that from noise to clarity is first of all I dig for why, not what. So go for why first of all. Why why they are asking this, and what is the actual problem we are going to solve with this thing. So this is what the very important one before going into the depth of and try to start all over. You started working and try to convince them why they need that. Are they facing some other problem and they think that this problem will solve that other problem? Maybe there are other way around. So why will help you a lot in this if you question it. And what are they doing today that's painful or broken. So this is very important. And when you are always with the customers, you're calling with the customers, you have a call with the customer, you can get this information. And if this request coming from a customer or one customer or many, this is also a very key feature. And I always stress on that. When some customers say, "Oh, your feature is doing nothing," so I always say that, okay, is it one customer or all the people are saying it, or maybe the problem is there and only this customer has realized it and other customer are not realizing it. So this is two part of this particular element as well. It's not always wrong that if one customer is saying his pain and other are not saying pain, everything is all right. Go into the details. Maybe the others are not facing it, or maybe not realizing it, or maybe not using that feature. So we have the both situations over there. So again, these three things I try to work with. So at OmniGauge, sales was asked for a custom analytics builder because they have a lot of reports. And instead of building something massive, I got on calls with the client and learned they just needed two additional filters, and in our existing dashboard. So the sales are basically trying to as they're looking at it as we have to whole customize the whole reporting engine. But again, the customer actually were asking for, there are required two filters. If you can put some two filters in their in the reporting system, they can solve their problem. So then we basically I go into the translate into the jobs to be done, and I reframe the request like this: like sales want a custom report, and that becomes that customer success managers want to download call data, and by team lead filtered by shift, and to run their weekly reviews. So it was all about changing the statement of the problem, and after investigating it, so this is what it become. And everybody that understood that, okay, that's something actually the pain point, and that's they have realized that this is something which we can do. Okay, this is one example. And the question, the ninth question is, how much do you use an AI in your day-to-day? So what I think is basically in today's era, if you are not using AI, then you will be replaced by those people or those who are using AI. So, you are a product manager or you are a project manager, whatever you are doing, AI is not replacing your job. It's basically take out your unproductive activities that you have to realize that this is unproductive now, and let's make it a fast paced. So I use AIs for my product management as well, for my PRDs as well, and it's not that I rely whole soul on what AI is giving me. So but it gives me a quick starting point, and it saves me a lot of time. And maybe I missed few points as well. They highlighted that well, because you're human, you can make mistakes, and I try to be put more and more context when I use AIs. So my day-to-day use, I use AI for optimizing my resume. Maybe I help my children as well if they're in their math problem. This is my personal day-to-day activities. I always ask them, okay, ask the chat GPT. Few of my kids are doing their exams. I help them with the chat GPT and stuff. So I use AI in my day-to-day activities, and I love to use that, and I think it's helped me a lot in my field. And I also advocated AI in my dev team as well. So I emphasized not AI using by myself, but in your whole SDLC lifecycle. So the dev should use Copilot, and in AWS we have Amazon Q for developers. So I always advocated to them that okay, go ahead and use these AI level of coding and structure, so that you get to the results very quickly. And again, we put that in our QA as well. We put that in our DevOps as well. So AI is not only by me, but I also emphasize. I put all these we call it AI tools in my SDLC life cycles as well. So I am a great advocate of the AI as well. And I love to work in AI level of products as well. So I've been reading a lot for this one. Okay, the last question is basically talking about the customer benefits against the internal pressure. And sometime as a product managers, you intend to look after your customers as well, because that's what your product is, and you are solving many problems. And right from the start, you gradually become a forefront player, and the actual idea flag holders and owners stay behind, and then you basically you get into this product, and you own that product. So I have worked with insurance products, I have worked with travel products, I have worked with the transportation taxi products, I have worked with the call center solution products. But whenever I started working in a product, so I get myself indulged into that product, into that domain. I try to think like them, and I try to study more and more material. So again, an example where I basically advocate customers' requirements, and I having internal pressure as well. So let me give you an example on at checkin.pk. And checkin.pk basically it's a flight management, a flight booking and hotel booking system. And we are preparing a launch with a new payment gateway integration that I have told you before, because we need to integrate some payment gateways because some customers are not basically completing the complete life cycle on the Google Analytics funnel. So that was at that time. And once the leadership has realized this is very important, so they're pushing it hard. So okay, let's do it. This is one of the problem, and you convince them, but then they are after you with this thing. Okay, you asked for it. Okay, come on, do it as quickly as possible. And we have to go live in time for a holiday travel search. So there was a big marketing campaign riding on it as well. And it's a difficult time at that time. So I remember that QA at that time, they have introduced and noticed some critical UX issue. Thank God it was UX, but they identified some kind of a UX issue back in 2016-18. And so the new payment actually was failing on certain mid-tier Android devices. And we have realized that, and QA was realized that. So we took that that problem, and what we have done, okay, not basically shipping a broken checkpoint, and of course, when the users, their peak travel season, they was not acceptable. So I have to make some, decisions, because it's our customer is online due to this problem, because most of the customers are using that particular some range of Android devices which are actually having this UX problem. So I basically gathered the evidence very fast, because I have certainly took some, crash logs, and we also crash logs, then screen recordings, and particular device usage stats. So then I showed up all these data to the the stakeholders, and instead of saying that it was a bad UX, I said basically, if we do this, we risk losing 30% of mobile bookings. So instead of us saying that okay, it's a bad UX, which may be a simple one, but it's not that the case. So then I said that we may losing 30% of the mobile bookings, and that's not a delay problem actually. So that's a revenue. So if you turn these things into a terminology of the revenue and the reputation kind of a thing, then you will get the attention of the business users as well, and they can give you an ample time that okay, go ahead and resolve this one, because it's it's going to be a problem for our business and the retention as well. So I offered the compromises. I proposed a phased rollout to them. So what we done basically, we launched to desktop and the iOS first, because we don't have any problems over there. So we launched that out. So delay Android for 1 week to patch and retest it, and then we shift the marketing efforts accordingly to that. So this is how basically I escalated, and I have managed this one. So I took it straight to the CEO and back with them some data and made it clear I would support the team either way, but this was worth raising. So this is what I have done. The outcome was a good one. So we delayed Android rollout by 6 days, which was okay, and engineering fixed the core issue and QA signed it off, and mobile booking conversion stayed stable, and we avoided a PR disaster, and I earned more trust internally because I was willing to stand up for the user, not just the deadlines. So that's very, very important as well. So that's what taught me, is basically that advocating for customers isn't about saying no, and it's about offering better paths forward to the whole team and to the whole people. And when you back your position with data and clarity, you usually get buy-in. And this one version of this basically I remember that one, and this is what I have done to help my clients and my team and my the stakeholders as well. So these are all the answer of all the questions you have asked. I hope I have answered your questions up to the mark, and because it's like more than 16 years now, and I have to make few points as well because it's been long journey for me. So I didn't want to make it more vague, and I hope that you have liked this interview, and thank you very much for your time again for listening to this one. And I tried to make it more concise, but again I have to explain a few very important things to you. So thank you very much for listening to me, and have a nice day, and I hope I will wait for a positive reply from you guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.